welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host Genevieve, and we've got some extraordinary stories for you today, so let's get started. First up today, La-Z-Boy has rolled out an AI recliner called the Decliner that automatically generates an excuse for why you can't get up with the pull of a side handle. Even though it's still just a prototype, 3 decliners will be available via an online and social media contest. Obviously, La-Z-Boy is trying to keep up with what's happening across multiple industries. Companies are trying to reach the always evolving consumer with the latest technology, even though in this case, it's mostly a joke. La-Z-Boy wants to reclaim lazy and make consumers embrace the transformational power of comfort, and they're definitely doing it in an entertaining way. Trends of self-care and relaxation have become much more popular after the pandemic, and the Long Live the Lazy platform reminds people to take space to kick up their feet every once in a while. Each person featured in the spot has their own diverse concerns and challenges, which allows the company to penetrate different markets, along with the fact that they're using several new channels such as sports networks, streaming music, and mobile gaming. So use this as a reminder that tapping into trends can work, especially when you're trying to gain the attention of new markets. Next up, Instagram is testing a new collaborative posting option to encourage engagement and participation. The feature would allow users to add their own photos and videos to an existing post, which seems like it could get out of hand if not used correctly by brands. But luckily, each post added to consideration will have to be vetted by the creator, so it essentially enables curated group photo albums in the app. Social platforms are always looking for new ways to help creators engage with their followers and foster connection between profiles, which can be seen in other features such as the Add Yours sticker for stories and the expanded remixes feature. This feature may be really huge for brands though, because instead of having to prompt users to use a specific hashtag or something like that, brands can ask users to add their own content to the original post. And this content will only appear as part of the creator update rather than the own user's profile, which is probably more motivating for regular people like you and me. One of the only questions left to answer is if someone doesn't approve additions for multiple days, will anyone even know that the frames have been updated? Or would people be better off posting separate updates? We'll have to wait and see how valid of a promotion option this ends up being for larger brands, because they will most likely be driving the success of this new feature. Third today, Disney Plus is increasing the price of its ad-free tier, again. The platform is losing streaming subscribers, 11.7 million from May to July to be exact, so they're really trying to make the most of the people they still have on there, whether that be charging ad-free people more money or getting more people to switch to the ad-supported tier so they can get brands more views on their ads. So beginning in October, Disney Plus and Hulu's prices will both jump by $3, which, yes, may not break the bank, but hey, it's not ideal either. And then obviously they'll be keeping their ad-supported tier at the same price as before to drive more people to enjoy that option. And apparently 40% of new Disney Plus subscribers are opting for the ad-supported tier, which is actually quite shocking, but it is somewhat of a beacon of hope that the new subscriber additions will pick back up in Q4. So all in all, we may find other streaming services following suit, not just on raising ad-free prices, but also cracking down on password sharing. For our last story today, we wanted to dive into the 3D billboards you've probably seen all over social media over the last several months, which is precisely what brands wanted to happen. The shiny new toy has been around for about 2 years now, and starting in Tokyo, the massive 3D billboard has attracted huge crowds and news coverage around ads for companies like Louis Vuitton and Pokemon Go. Even though there's limited space available for these 3D ads, as in you would really have to fork over some serious money if you want to do it, marketers in the out-of-home sector are definitely seeing increased interest from brands now that the Googles, BMWs, and Netflixes of the world are participating. Dentsu is expecting to see a 7% increase in out-of-home spending this year, in part contributed by holographic projects and 3D technology. There are certainly limitations though, whether that be the location of your target market, the type of board you want to be seen on, or just the sheer price it would cost to show one ad, even if the ROI was worth it. 3D content itself is becoming a marketing tool now, because it gets shared all over social media. So if you have the money to shell out, it could be a really smart play for your brand. That's all for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week. Will anyone even know that the thrames, that's just not a word.